I don't know what's wrong with this microphone. I've spent like 2 hours trying to fix it. So you know what I did? I restart the computer. It didn't fix. I checked the sound settings. It didn't fix. I tried disabling it and re-enabling it. It didn't fix. I tried fucking around with settings for 200 hours. It didn't fix. I just bumped up the gain, and we're gonna continue with that. If something's wrong, fuck it. I don't care. We're balling with this. All right. This is how we're going to do shit now. Sonic the Hedgehog, or more accurately, classic Sonic the Hedgehog. Today begins the review of the Sonic games. We're gonna be going over Sonic 1, and Sonic 2, and Sonic 3, and CD. Where's the very place that we start when Sonic first debuted? Alright, let me actually take this seriously. Where's that better place to start than in Sonic 1, baby? Sonic 1 released in June of 1999, and since then I was damned by Satan himself to be cursed with technical issues for the entirety of my life. And you know what? Just for that, Satan, I love Jesus. I love Christ. I love Jesus. I love Christ. Games back then didn't have set release dates. Instead, they just generally released during the month. Now, honestly, I never thought much of Sonic 1. I played it when I was really young. Could never get past Spring Yarzoid Boing, and I'm mostly just stuck to Sonic 2 and 3. Now I'm returning to it after all these years, like a homeless man returning to a crack den that he was born from. And I wonder if I'll actually enjoy it. Starting off with the first level of Green Hill. Boy, it sure is looking more like Sand Hill now. This zone gets used a lot in the newer games, but honestly, it's a pretty fun stage in this game. I mean, rolling down hills, speeding through tunnels, it's just pretty solid overall, except for the part where I died. I can understand why new people hate this zone, though. It makes way too many appearances nowadays, because Sega just doesn't have a creative bone in its body for some reason. Just constantly bring the fucking Green Hill back. Even Sonic Frontiers, they brought Green Hill back, and you know what? I looked outside and Green Hill was outside my window. Guys, I'm in the basement right now. I think Green Hill is outside looking for me. Also, I'm gonna talk about the special stages now because I don't fucking care. The order isn't. There was no script. There is a script, but there's no order to it. It's like chaos, like the Chaos Emeralds in this game, which are nauseating to get. I mean, spinning background, lots of pretty colors. Or I feel like I'm playing an acid trip. Am I on LSD? I might as well be, honestly. With the fucking technical issues, I need something to take the edge off. That's why I use heroin. Today's sponsor, pure unadulterated heroin. At around the third special stage, I got stuck just trying to get near the emerald and went on for the next 15 minutes to just try to bounce around near the emerald and failing and getting close and then failing and failing and failing. Man, fuck these stages. I don't want to do them anymore. Considering the reward for getting all of them is just flowers, fucking wonderful. Yeah, I'm not doing these. Getting back on track, the acid is kicking in, and I'm starting off the Act 3 boss, baby. By the way, Sonic 1 has 3 acts per zone. It's the only one to do so with the exception of one zone in Sonic 2 and Sonic CD. Although iconic, all these bosses are easy. Every boss in every Sonic game is easy, except for that one. And Spring Yard's boss, because it liked to throw me into pits, the fucking dick. Next up, Marble Garden Zone. From what I remember, this game was designed around the idea of going fast, and then going slow, and then going fast again. You know, like a drunk driver hitting the... I am Edwin. I made the mimic. It was difficult to run my son over. You know, I have no idea how true that verbiage was of the idea that this game was designed around speed and platforming stages. I have no clue where I even heard that from. But Marble Garden Zone is one of them. Tight, narrow platforming, small corridors. Gotta love it. You can sometimes skip if you're good and not a loser, or if you're like me and a loser, you can just sometimes not skip and get hit instead. Looking at this game on its own, honestly, it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. Slow and boring, yeah, absolutely. A terrible stage with bad design, I mean, not really. The game is pretty... honestly, kind of crazy. You know, I was kind of crazy once. They locked me in the mental asylum after I beat my grandma to death with an iron pipe. Also, I'm not gonna be talking about every single boss because you know what? Fuck you. That's why. Yeah, you personally watching this. I hope you kill Spring Yard Zone. Remember that thing I told you about how this game was designed around speed and platforming stages? I don't know how you possibly could not, considering the fact that that was less than 10 minutes ago, unless you're a fucking goldfish and have the span of an attention of 3 minutes. You could just throw that out the window now, by the way. This stage makes me angry because I hate it. At one point, the stage starts you with the red spring, and you're like, oh, I want to hit the red spring. You hit the red spring, boom, immediate hit into a fucking bumper. Yeah, you want it to go fast in the stage? Actually, you can fuck yourself. Also, there's swinging spike balls, which I I'm not sure, actually. They're big and spiky, and they hate you all the time, and I hate them, and they suck, and they're everywhere. And this game is poopy dog shit. This zone is fine. It's just kind of annoying. The pinball gimmick doesn't work. Is there even a pinball gimmick? I don't know. Yeah, I was about to read Spring Yard Zone again because I forgot to scroll down. Labyrinth Zone. Old Sonic games have this problem where they run worse when Sonic is in water, which is already bad because Sonic moves slower in water, and this stage isn't all water. A lot of people hate Labyrinth Zone because it's a water stage. In fact, a lot of people hate a lot of water stages and a lot of water games, like Zelda's Water Temple and I don't know, the entirety of... I didn't have a joke in place for this. I really shouldn't have just kept going. I'm not good enough at ad-libbing for this to work. I don't know why the fuck I did this. Marble Garden Zone might have been slow-paced, but at least you still moved at a normal, like, reasonable pace. Wow, okay, I really have to fucking do these better. At least you could occasionally speed things up, but you can't speed up Labyrinth Zone. Unless you find a shortcut, but I didn't find any, so yeah, whatever. Also, man, fuck whoever put these spikes here. I'm just minding my own business. Boom. Also, I got hit, knocked back, and then died, and had to do the entire area all over again, so... Fuck my chungus life, I guess. Starlight Zone. I actually like this one. I don't have any complaints. I just really like this one. I think most people like this one, if I'm not mistaken. This is a speed zone, which actually lets you go fast, and it has the best zone theme in the game. I will not hear any blasphemy saying otherwise. Also, the loops here are different than usual. You know, I kind of like you without your happy mask, Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I kind of like it when you fucking want to kill yourself. I kind of like it when you're bipolar. Chris, I'm bipolar. Scrapping Zone. Fuck, this zone is so overstimulated. You have fire spewing out, lightning hazards, everything's moving. It's insanity, it's crazy. Also, I'm gonna absolutely destroy the audio by going very far. And going up, and then you can never keep your headphones at a normal pace, because then I'm gonna walk away really far from the microphone, and then I'm gonna go do something over here for like no reason whatsoever. Oh, what's that? A 10-foot ledge off a 10-foot story building. Don't mind if I do! This video was made in a time of crisis. If I was an alcoholic, I would be drinking right now. I also game overed in the zone, by the way. Remember we were doing a Sonic review? Man, that's crazy. Anyways, I can't really speak too much on this stain because it's very unmemorable, surprisingly enough. Not in the way that I can't remember it, but that I can't remember specific things that happen in it, or even the specific things that happen in a specific act of a specific zone. Because honestly, 3 acts is so much. I just can't. It feels like everything's repeating occasionally. It's hard to differentiate one from another. Props to this zone, though, for giving me the most balls boss. Sends you straight into Labyrinth Zone. Yay! My favorite zone. Also, I didn't die in this version of Labyrinth Zone, and it's kind of easier. I remember it being easier than the actual version of Labyrinth Zone, which is crazy because a lot of people hate this zone, but honestly, it's a 1-act Labyrinth Zone. If they replaced Labyrinth Zone with this, I'd actually be happier. After beating that, we finally get to the final boss, Eggman himself. Oh my god, who could have possibly guessed? And his deluxe panini press machine with added electric balls. As scary as getting turned into a mediocre sandwich is, this boss is actually easier than Spring Yard Zone's boss, because I don't get thrown into a fucking immediate death pit when I get hit. This boss is actually kind of the easiest one in the game. I mean, there's only 2 attacks you need to dodge, electric balls and him crushing you. Hit him whenever he's open. You hit him enough times, he dies forever. And the game ends. And that's Sonic 1. This did not feel like a Sonic 1 review. Overall, the game is pretty fucking solid. My only problem is that this game is honestly just kind of boring throughout the entirety of it. The game advertises itself as go fast the game, but then has more areas where you go slow than go fast. Honest to God. I actually do not hate this game. I think it's just kind of alright. It's a okay platformer, okay speed game. Nothing really too outstanding. I don't really ever plan to revisit it ever again, but for the sake of playing the first ever Sonic game, I guess it was kind of worth it. And I hope you guys enjoyed that, because next time, we're gonna be going on to a real fucking Sonic game. The real Sonic game of all time. The Sonic the Hedgehog 2 CD. And you might as well just chop my nuts off and call me a eunuch.